least I don't do crystal meth in the bathroom all night long.
That's my opinion!
He will never emotionally fulfill you.
Because I don't want to be a part of it.
Go to sleep! Go to sleep!
Close your legs to married men, trash box.
I'll tell you how I'm doing. Not well, bitch.
Who gonna check me, boo?
Welcome to Morally Corrupt. I am Rachel Lindsay. She is Callie Curry. And in true Callie and Rachel fashion, the convo has been
going
top-notch off mic. Things we would probably get in trouble for if they went live. But, you know, some things are kept for us and some things are for the microphone. So let's get into those things that are for the mic. Callie, you know, I'm really curious to hear your summer house thoughts, because as much as we and the audience and even the newcomers, the super fans, the newcomers, everybody is ready to just fast forward and get to the reunion, I found this episode to be quite revealing. But before we get into our Bravo recaps, a word from our sponsor. This episode of Morally Corrupt is presented by Activia. Think your gut could use some help? Dive into Activia's Gut Health Challenge and enjoy just 2 Activia yogurts a day for 2 weeks to support your gut health. With billions of probiotics and 20 years of scientific expertise, Activia is one of the easiest and tastiest ways to start your gut health ritual. Try Activia today. Enjoying Activia twice a day for 2 weeks as part of a balanced diet and healthy lifestyle may reduce the frequency of minor digestive discomfort, which includes gas, bloating, rumbling, and abdominal discomfort. All right, Summer House. What were your thoughts about this episode?
I have so many thoughts. It's getting exhausting. Like, following Summer House is a full-time job right now. But I agree with you. And we had Bailey and Lindsay on Watch What Happens Live. One note, Bailey's makeup looked perfect. It was incredible. She looked so good. I was like distracted by her the entire time. Her makeup looked so good. But I also think she did a very good job on Watch What Happens Live. It is very hard for me to believe that this did not start last summer. And I'm not saying it was physical. Maybe it was, though. I'm not putting that past them. But maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. And I'd love to know when some of these confessionals were filmed.
Yeah.
Because I want to know if Kyle had these thoughts live and just didn't like pick up on anything, or if he's picking up on it now, because they do film confessionals throughout the season. So I don't know when Kyle's confessionals were filmed, but the FaceTime on the boat, very weird vibes. The one-on-one with Amanda and Sierra, very weird vibes. The soft bar launch, when Amanda finds out that Sierra's hanging out with West afterwards, strange reaction. Her not responding to anything from Kyle, but then perking up when West says best weekend ever and said her feelings were hurt. I'm like, does Amanda have a crush on him and he doesn't know about it yet? Is there an emotional affair happening currently and we just don't know about it yet? It's something's going on.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to believe that nothing's happening.
Yeah,
I just don't know what.
We talked about it where we were like, you and I, there was clearly an emotional thing happening between the two of them. I mean, Amanda is dead behind the eyes whenever it comes to talking about Kyle, about her relationship, about their future. But when she is at Soft Bar and she's sitting on the stools with West, there is a light, a glow, an energy, just like it is. You can, and like everybody go back and watch it if you didn't catch it the first time. Because even when Kyle comes up on them, because he's like, wants to join in the conversation about retelling what happened with Sierra and West when Amanda wasn't there, when Kyle walks away because he's like talking to Lindsay or somebody, I was like, I think the mic was on Kyle and whoever he was talking to, but you could still see West and Amanda in the camera talking. And that's who I was watching. I was like, let me watch them in this moment. I mean, now that we on social, because you're right, it's a full-time job, are getting all these flashbacks of Amanda at the beginning, the way Amanda is around West is how Amanda was in those first couple of seasons when it came to Kyle. The excitement, the energy, the desire, it was all over her. That's how she is around West. And I keep wondering, Callie, when I watch this, had we not known about any of this, about the West Side story of it all, how would I be responding to these episodes? And this is the episode that I think would have made me say, this episode did too much for me. This episode, it was Kyle saying we have the most boring text chain between the two of us. Mm-hmm. It's Kyle saying, I can't get her to talk to me at all. It's Sierra listening to Amanda say, Wes has the best weekend ever and I'm not there. And Sierra goes, damn. Like you could even tell she was kind of like, how do I respond to that? And then Kyle saves it by saying, oh, of course you're making it about yourself. But I think we all would have said, why are you so concerned about West? We would have at least asked that question. Why are you so, I think we would have noted she's excited with West and not with Kyle. Like there's a complete difference. But we probably would have been like Kyle. We would have said, but we would have said, no way. No way.
Oh, for sure. I think that's what I was going to say. I don't know if I would have been like, she's into West. I think the behavior last week was just as like weird when she was like, look at my butt when I walk away and like sitting on the beanbag with him and like all of that. That was weird. But in general, I feel like I would have just been like, they need to get a divorce. Like I would have been watching this thinking to myself, she came to the house this summer already done. She is checked out. Kyle came thinking maybe we can save it, but I'm unhappy. That's the vibes that I'm getting.
Yeah.
Because even when they try to talk to Kyle about it and he's just like, I really don't want to talk about it. Or him being like, this is the most fun I've had and my wife's not here. Like, that's not good. Like he is recognizing like, this is probably over in real time. But it seems like he still has a little bit of like, maybe we could work it out. Like he's still texting her with no responses. And me saying all this and also knowing like Kyle's not been an amazing husband, like we can recognize that. I'm not saying that he has been, but at this point, we see Kyle, like if I came into this season knowing none of the back story between them, other than Kyle's like freak out where he called her a dumb bitch, I would think she does not like him. She does not want to be in this relationship. He is unhappy and it thinks maybe they should still try to make it work. Those are the vibes that I'm getting from both of them. And this weekend, even Amanda being like, I just couldn't do it. You couldn't do what? You couldn't be with your husband at the weekend house, like the share house. Like he's not like this shouldn't be like a I can't do it type of thing. So
I think,
but now knowing what we know and watching it, I'm like, you couldn't do what? You couldn't see West try to get back on good terms with Sierra. You couldn't, like, what couldn't you do?
I absolutely think watching this, that if Amanda did not like West or know she liked West, she definitely knew that she liked the attention that West gave her. And she played into that. I think she felt seen by West. I think West is flirty in general. And so whether she understood that she has feelings for him at this moment, she definitely sought attention from West, even if she thought it was innocent. That I gathered for sure from this episode. And maybe I would have concluded that, but I would have been like, there's no way that she would act on it. The two on the money things was when she was talking to Sierra and she says, because I truly think that Amanda agreed to go to therapy to have the therapist make it known to Kyle, y'all shouldn't be together. I do not think that Amanda is in therapy to save her marriage. She's in there to have a third party say, damn, y'all really shouldn't be together, because Kyle is in denial. In the same way Kyle thinks that they should have kids and have a family, but, and settle down, but still wants to be a DJ. It's like sometimes men just don't see it and they need it thrown in their face. But when she says, in therapy, I've realized that I am still holding on to things that Kyle did pre-marriage, and Kyle is looking at our relationship post-marriage. That, to me, said everything. And that is something I think she wanted to come out in therapy, and she's hoping Kyle realizes that too. They're not on the same page, and she is scarred and maybe should have realized those things before marriage. You know, hindsight's 20/20, but she is still scarred from the past. And he's like, well, we got married. That was a clean slate. We're starting over. Look at how I've been post-marriage. Not saying it's much better, but he's probably like, I haven't cheated. I haven't cheated in the way that I did before. And then the second thing is what she says at the very end of this episode that I think is insanely damaging, or damning, I should say, for Amanda. When she is talking to Jesse, and she realizes that West and Sierra are going on a date, what Jesse says is a double date with Sabrina and Ben. She says, he really needs to be careful because Sierra cannot handle just a friendship with West. And I thought, well, that is so damning, and I hope that is addressed at the reunion. Like, I hope they watched these last few episodes going into the reunion. Because if Amanda knows that about her friend, we've said on this podcast that clearly Sierra still has feelings for him, because if she was just friends, she wouldn't be so triggered. Kyle says to Mia in the car last week, can we just admit that Sierra wants something more or still likes Wes? And Mia, as a good friend, dismisses that and redirects the conversation. But Amanda knows that Sierra has feelings still for Wes and can't handle a friendship, yet you still pursue a romantic relationship with Wes. Like that, fuck you, Amanda. Like she
doesn't care.
I know she doesn't care, but I don't think she realized how much she told on herself.
I know.
You are still positioning yourself as, I was a friend of you, Sierra. I wasn't married. It was nothing. And I'm just going on the leaked audio. Like you and West weren't together, but you know that she wanted more and you just told on yourself. Big deal.
Well, I think two things. I think, yes, she told on herself, but I also thought it was interesting that she said West needs to be careful, not Sierra needs to be careful. Like, do you care more about West's public reputation because you know that means so much to West? Or do you care about one of your good friend's feelings?
That's interesting. I didn't take it that way. I didn't even think of it that way.
Because wouldn't it be, Sierra, you need to be careful. You don't want to get hurt again.
I think that
or
she's probably...
West, you need to be careful because you're going to hurt Sierra's feelings and it's going to make you look bad again. And that's what you care most about.
You're not wrong. I just didn't think of it that way. I definitely thought of it as, I've told Sierra before to be careful, but West thinks that, you're right. I just was in my mind thinking, she's like, West thinks he can just be a friend with Sierra and flirt, and you got to be careful because you're playing with her feelings and she will think of it as more than just a friendship. But you're right. Probably so. Now that we know everything.
Yeah, now that we know. And I just thought it was interesting that she went to West. We need to make sure West is careful. Why? Let's say he does play with Sierra's feelings. Why would West need to be careful? He'll be fine.
Yeah. I saw this post. This is a shift because I'm going to go to Kyle. That somebody was like, I've never seen Kyle so happy. And it was Kyle on a little ski board or surfboard, and Sierra's in the back and she's smiling. And then the woman goes, I have. And it's him smiling with Mia. It's him smiling with Maya. It's him smiling with Gabby. And I was, because, it's always like,
Kyle just loves a black woman.
Kyle loves a black woman. That made me laugh. But Kyle truly did have such an amazing weekend and the epiphany of, I'm able to have this amazing weekend when I'm separated from my wife. Two other things about Summer House. How did you feel about the way Lindsay acted with Carl's mom?
I knew this was coming. I personally thought it was crazy. Yeah. And I love Lindsay, and I think that she is excellent for this show. I wouldn't say that I miss her this season, and I like that she pops in and out. But in general, not just with her interaction with his mom, but her walking into Soft Bar and being like, well, it took 2 years and like, we're going to go drink expensive juice. And like, at some point, you have a 9-month-old by someone else. When are we going to get over it? And I think she lives in a world where the breakup was 100% Carl's fault. I don't live in that world. And I'm not saying that Carl handled it correctly because he did not. But I would say like a lot of people looking from the outside looking in thought that this relationship wasn't a good relationship and they shouldn't be together. And Carl's just the one that pulled the plug. But Lindsay definitely had her fair share of faults in that relationship. And so did Carl. But like, he's been so nice to you. Why can we not move on? And even Carl's like interview where he was like, I know it was hard for her, but this does mean a lot to me that she came. And then they asked her about it on Watch What Happens Live. And Andy's like, does that make you feel like a little bit like something like that y'all like that it meant so much to him? And she was like, like she just will not give Carl anything. And I'm just like his mom was trying to be nice.
I know.
The mom's text message was not that crazy to me. And I don't know if I'm old school or what.
I was going to say, it's us being Southern. It's a Southern thing.
I just
it's
would
a black
never
thing.
be rude to someone's mom.
I think it's culture. And I think it's like where we're, our environment. That's all I kept thinking too, Callie. I was like, I have to talk to this woman for 10 seconds. I'm never probably going to see you again. I can be polite. But, you know, again, it's culture, it's environment. Lindsay doesn't have a close relationship with her mom. And so I just think that maybe that it's, again, it's just how, like, maybe it's easier for her to be that way. I'm like you, I saw the text message. I was like, Anne. And even if the text message had been like, you were mean to my son.
The text message was nice.
Yeah, it's like, she is Carl's mom. Of course. Like, how else do you expect her to be? But also, I actually do think Lindsay is over the whole thing. You know where I stand on the Lindsay thing. I think Lindsay's fantastic TV. I think that she was great on Watch What Happens Live. But I'll always go back to this. Lindsay doesn't have a storyline. So I actually think she is complete. She can't show the baby. It's not that she doesn't have a life. Lindsay has a whole life. But part of her life cannot be shown because she can't show her child. And because the father of her child doesn't want to be on camera. That's a big part of her life. Lindsay, I truly believe, is over Carl. But what else is she going to talk about other than meddling in other people's business and Carl? And so I think it's part of her shtick to make these digs and say these things about Carl. Because what else are you going to do? What else are we doing?
I mean, that's a good point. I didn't think about it that way. But because, I mean, I guess I think because of how much I love Carl and I did not feel this way. So I feel like Carl's just come so far to me.
Yeah.
That I'm like, you can't give him a little bit of a break? The mom thing, maybe you're right. I don't have it in me to be rude to someone's mom. Unless they were like completely disrespectful to me or not even, I think I'd be more willing to be nice to someone who's disrespectful to me. If another mom was disrespectful to my mom, then we will have some issues.
Oh, yeah.
But I just be nice for 10 seconds, be polite. And I would totally understand Carl's mom calling me mean during that instance. I probably was mean.
Yeah.
But like, let's just move on and get over it. I'm going to be nice to like my elders type of thing.
Yeah, she's talking about your baby. There's one mom in this world that I would not be nice to. There's one.
Oh.
But I just, you know, it was it was such a painful
I was
thing.
like, Donald Trump's mom? Like, who is she talking about?
No,
And then I was like,
not even her. Not even her. There's one. Yeah, it was just such a painful thing to watch. And Now here's another painful thing for me. I need to know what you think about Sabrina.
Okay. Sabrina, this interaction this week, I don't even know what to say about it. I was so like, what? did I just watch? Even KJ's face in the moment was kind of like, huh?
He can't
That's how
hide
I
his
felt.
facial expressions. I love
Yeah,
it.
he was like, okay. That's how I felt watching it. That being said, all of the women love her. Watch What Happens Live. Bailey was like, I absolutely love her. Sierra, they're actually friends. They hang out outside of the show. Like all of the women on the show really, really like her. So that's confusing to me. Watching this scene, I'm like, is she nervous? Does she really want it? It's hard for me to like pin it down. It's funny to me that it seems like everyone has something to say about Dara and how she's with KJ for fame, even though she has double the amount of followers as him and came into the show with that much. And pretty much is like mellow. Seems like she's just like with KJ doing her thing. She's not inserting herself too much. And then there's Sabrina.
Yeah.
Her asking about Christmas. Did you tell him about Christmas? Well, it's August 1st. So no, haven't gotten to Christmas yet. And Ben also being like, what? Like he was confused.
Yeah. Sabrina seems like a nice person and like very friendly. Definitely seems to like want to get to know people. That's how I'll say it. But she is a super fan. And I don't like watching super fans on TV. I think that the reason, and I'm not going to speak because we don't really know anything about anybody between Scandival and the West Side Story. I'm not going to speak on Dara and KJ. I think they're saying that because they're friends with Levi. I think that's one thing.
But what does that have to do with anything?
There's a lot of chatter about Levi not getting screen time and Dara kind of being
Dara
the one
getting screen time.
And I think that they're trying to say that she pursued a relationship with KJ for screen time.
Got it.
I think that's what they're trying to insinuate. But
I was not picking up on that, so I appreciate that clarification.
That's what I think that they're trying to say.
Yeah.
I don't get those vibes from Dara, but you know, you never know anything with anybody. And
I don't know her. Yeah.
It just seems like a coordinated effort to all have this. And I will probably talk about this on the Tuesday show, but like, here's my thing. If you're going to say it, fucking say it. You know what I mean? Like, Levi,
I know.
This is why you're sitting at the end and probably why you don't have screen time. Like,
yes.
Learn, you're gonna team up with the Lindsay of it all. Learn from Lindsay. Bailey has word vomit. Like, don't insinuate such a big statement and then be like, that's all I'm gonna say. That's not cute. Doesn't make me more intrigued. Girl, we're dealing with the West Side Story. Like, just say it at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's annoying to me. But I'm not ready to comment on that. Like, I'm not going to do the whole Dara and KJ. I'm not going to fall for that. Like, let's just wait and see what happens. And to somebody's point that they made online, they've still been in this relationship with the cameras off. So I'm not here to speculate on all of that. But Sabrina's a fan, and I don't like watching fans on TV. She is a super fan. You can't.
Is she actually though, or you're basing that off of her actions?
She's a fan. She's a fan.
Interesting.
She's a fan.
I mean, vibes are weird.
Yeah. And this has no bearing on her relationship with Ben. I think she genuinely likes him. That has nothing to do with that. I don't think she's being calculated in any kind of way. I just think that the excitement.
She really wants to be in this group.
I think she's nice, and I think her niceness is genuine. I really do. And I think that she genuinely wants to be everybody's friend. But I think the excitement is because she's a super fan.
Comes from being a fan.
Yeah. She's a super fan. But I really wanted to hear your take on that. I was very curious on the Sabrina of it all.
One more thought about the Amanda of it all. You brought up how she said she's still stuck on things that happened before their marriage.
Yes.
And he's stuck on things that happened post their marriage.
Yes.
I want to be like, well, why did you get married? Because there was enough evidence there for you not to get married. Like, you're stuck on things from before the marriage that everybody told you about. You had all your friends saying, what?
Somebody just sent me the alleged nudes.
Oh.
Have you seen them?
No. My friends have them
I
and
didn't
asked if I wanted to see them, and I said
didn't
no.
ask for this, okay? I didn't ask for this. I just opened it up, and that's not what I thought I was going to see.
I've heard it's soft, it's hairy, and it's not as big as they thought. That's what I've heard.
I have no problem with hair. You know, I have no problem with the hair.
I'm just telling you.
But
I've heard soft and very hairy and smaller than you would expect. But it's hard to judge a peen soft because you never know what you're going to get.
I have a feeling he's probably a grower, but the thing is, like, it is soft for sure. I'm hoping. I'm going to give him that. But not Ashleigh commenting. She's already seen it. Oh my God.
I mean, everyone has seen it. I have been like dodging the pics.
Why would you send it soft? Okay, first off, like, I just don't like dick pics. Like, that's not really like.
I am not a dick pic
I don't know
person.
many girls
do you have
that,
any?
that
I do.
That are like, yeah, send me that. And if you do, I feel like
one of my good friends literally like wants to get them, and I'm just like, what are you doing with that?
My thought is you're gonna get it just like, if I need to use this later, I will. It is nothing for me. Real life, yes.
Nothing.
Like picture for what? But that's
picture is
that definitely
actually,
looks like
a picture
him.
could be startling.
Especially when unsolicited. Because has that ever happened to you when you're like, I didn't ask for this. Like, this is almost this is a form of abuse.
When it happens.
That's a form of abuse. If I didn't ask for that,
it is a form of assault if you don't ask for it, right? I don't know, like technically, but isn't it? I don't know.
It might not be on the books, but I consider it that. Like, my eyes, I did it, like just now, that was no warning. Just somebody sent me something and with like a weird looking, like with a weird emoji face, like, ugh.
Do you think it's real?
There's a tattoo. I'd have to see. Does he have a tattoo right here? Because you could see a tattoo in the picture.
I have no idea.
Oh my God. For research purposes. That sucks. This just sucks, period. I don't know.
Also,
he looks slimmer.
I don't know if
you can
move the way you're moving and just be sending dick pics willy-nilly.
It feels like it's an old one, but he's slimmer than I would think that he looks. I feel like if this is him, this is an older picture. Because we've seen him, unless he's lost weight now, we've seen him with his shirt off because it's summer house, they're swimming.
Yeah, he's off.
And that's not what he looks like with his shirt off. So I don't know. Thanks. My eyes. Okay. Nobody asked for that. I'm pissed at my friend that just sent that to me. On this day, she was not a friend. Okay, let's move on to Southern hospitality. All right. It's really about Emmy. We don't need to catch you guys up other than like maybe saying like who we really enjoy, who we maybe don't enjoy. You know, it's so interesting with Southern hospitality. I either like you or I really don't care for you on this show. They're really, I'm trying to think of the in-betweeners. I don't really have that. I either like you or I don't.
I don't really dislike that many people.
Yeah, no, there's two for me.
Who are the two? I know one. Who's the second?
Lake.
Oh, yeah. It's unfortunate.
Like, I'm your mother. She'd be like, why are you telling your why are you talking to a white woman about that?
A white person about black person's business. She was like, no, Lake, no. I'm so happy that they got that on camera because I was like, her mama was like, you are tripping.
Her mom was like.
But she still didn't get it.
Her mom was like, where's Michaels? Can I talk to him? Like, where is he? Based on how you grew up, you've known a Lake.
For sure. It's just kind of shocking.
Not me, because you've known a Lake. Nope. There's always one.
Okay. But the reason why it's more shocking, one, her mom is black. Two, based off of everything that she says about her history, like, I'm like, then why aren't you, I feel like Justin Bieber, like, it's not clocking to you. Why?
Because the keyword, history. And you might have been, your family might have been the first. Your family clearly comes from money. Your family has known the struggle in ways that you haven't and dealt with a different time when racism is still out there, but at a time where it was more overt. Well, I can't really say that now, but you know what I mean? I was about to say, but you know, it's still different from her parents, I'm sure.
Yes.
And her grandparents. And yes, I believe you grew up learning it. However, you probably went to different schools. You have more white friends. You have, you know, like this, it's just different. And
I know. No, I get it.
And we know the lakes. Like, I'm not shocked that there is lake representation on this show.
Yeah. I would just...
and I don't like it.
I have to imagine her parents watching this show. Like, you know, her mama is like, what are you doing?
Yeah. It's funny because she's like, her parent, you know, her dad, she and her dad have a strained relationship because of her sexuality. And she's like, he feels like, you know, it's affecting the family name. And I'm like, there's some other things that might be affecting the family name too. And I don't think that that's it. I don't think that that's it.
I mean, they're still friends to this day. According to Michael's on Watch What Happens Live.
Yeah.
Emmy and Lake are still friends. So I'm like, not only were you friends during all this, because I was trying to give her somewhat of the benefit of the doubt and thinking that maybe Emmy was saying different things to her, but you have now watched this entire show and you're still homies with her?
Yeah, something's not, to use the word she used, clocking for Lake. And I don't know what it is. And even as I'm saying this, I'm realizing that my voice is turning into Lake and I need to stop. It's like nails scratching against a chalkboard also to watch her talk in her confessionals. I'll be like, are you high? Like what?
What is it?
It's so
I think it's a Gen Z thing.
It's
a Gen Z.
Yeah. It's a Gen Z thing. Because she's the youngest on the cast. Because I've heard somebody refer on social that she's too young to be a part of this show. Somebody said that. So she's really young. She's really, really young.
Well, that would make a little bit more sense too.
Yeah.
Emmy is unhinged 90% of the time. And even when she's not acting unhinged, like in this most recent episode where they're talking about going to the Dominican and Michael's is like, yeah, we had a mango tree. And she interrupts and is like, oh, I love mango. I'm like, girl, calm down.
That's exactly how that scene went.
And everyone just kind of like looked at her and he just like kept going. I was like, what? That behavior is psychotic. What is going on?
Emmy gives me anxiety through the television. She gives me like she's so tightly wound but like there's a shift. I don't remember
100%.
her in the first 2 seasons she was definitely emotional and she would cry and all of that, but she wasn't this tight.
And anxious, but
not this tight.
Not how it is now.
Not this awkward. And not this awkward and uncomfortable. I mean, you have to think about it. There's a reason she came into this show such good friends with Michaels, Maddie, TJ, Brad. There is a shift. And obviously with all the rumors surrounding Will and the way it's impacted her, she's picked a side. And that's defend Will against all costs. That's my man, my man, my man. Him above everything, his needs, his lies, all the things. And that has made her very much so what we see now come out. It's like she's going to explode. It's like I feel like she can't express herself in her relationship. So it all just comes pouring out when she's with these friends. And I use that with air quotes.
I mean, if she's not saying anything and the camera's just on her, I can feel. I'm like, what is happening? It's like she is constantly like, what is about to go on? I need to be on 10.
Yeah.
On the flip side, I love Mia so much. I love Mia. She is unbelievably gorgeous. She is unapologetically herself, good, bad, whatever. Her interviews lately have been amazing. And I love that she tells the truth. Like, she's like, yeah, I went on a date with West when he was dating like half of New York. I'm not going to lie, I had a great time. But yeah, he fucked up. I don't know what that was. Serious, maybe? There was
Page
some sort
6.
of... Oh, page 6. That's what it was. You're right. And she was like, I met Sierra and girl, why are you settling for these Bravo guys? Like, we need to go get you a prince overseas. Like, what are we doing? She's hilarious. I love her. We should be given more of her.
And we are getting a lot of her this season. I mean, part of it because she's broke up with her guy, so she's very present.
Mm-hmm. For
her not to be working at Republic, we're getting a lot of her, and that's because she is a good narrator and she's no bullshit. I mean, this episode when she was like, I'm trying to figure out what Lake's thing is. Like, what's her issue? Like, why? What reason do you even have to be mad at me? What's the deal? And she's so right. I even like Molly. And I like the fact that me and Molly are friends.
Too.
Like, I feel like that says a lot. I like Maddie. Joe, maybe Joe's the one person that I'm like, I'm indifferent. I don't really care.
I think he's good for the show, though.
Yeah, I don't really care either way. Joe's a little lost. And, he's 30. So, fine, whatever. That makes sense. And you're on a TV show. So, like, it's confused. You're confused. But I have watched every season of Southern Hospitality, binging it all at once. And I was afraid that I needed to do that for this season. I don't. I'm actually thoroughly enjoying watching it week by week. That being said, I'd like to circle back to Emmy. Because it must be said. Emmy is racist. And I am sorry if that makes anybody uncomfortable. And if you disagree with me, I will argue you hands down that Emmy is racist. And I want to be clear about this. I think the reason that people get so uncomfortable with saying the word racist is because they're like, well, what do you mean? I didn't say the N-word. I'm not wearing a white hood. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not saying whites only. I'm not, and that there are two different types of racism. There is overt racism, which is the racism examples that I just gave fall under that umbrella. And there's covert racism, which deals with microaggressions, stereotypes. That is Emmy.
It's unconscious a lot of the time.
Yes. And so people don't realize or want to believe that they're being racist. But when you play into certain stereotypes that are particular to a certain group of people, minorities in this case, a marginalized group of people.
It has to be a marginalized group of people, yeah.
At first, I wasn't willing to label Emmy this. I thought, you know what? It's Charleston, the South. You probably don't have many Black friends. If you do have some, maybe they haven't explained this to you. So I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. But once it was explained to Emmy, and she still refuses to accept what is being told, she still refuses to even know the definition of what a microaggression is. You're being labeled this and you've done no research, not said, hey, can you explain this to me? I don't know. You've put your feet down, your heels in the ground, and you've said, oh, I know what it is. But then when asked on camera, you cannot explain it. So you don't care. You don't care to be better. You don't care to understand what it is you're being labeled. And you don't care to take into consideration your friends' feelings. All you care to do is to center yourself and stand on your lies. Multiple people from all colors, shapes, sizes, all of it are telling you what they heard and that you are lying. They're telling you, hey, maybe white people are saying to you.
She's kind of even said that she's lied a little bit, like when confronted about it.
Yeah. White people are saying to you, hey, maybe you just need to understand how this feels. Hey, maybe you just need to be quiet and listen. But no, it is about her feelings, centering herself in all of it. And week after week, as a Black viewer, I have to be subjected to this. And that is why I've got to be like, she's a fucking racist. And she's a covert racist. And as I was watching this episode, I'm like, do you not realize, and this is why covert racism is so dangerous. Like what Emmy is doing is dangerous. And that is why, like we haven't really talked about Southern hospitality, but that's why we have to talk about it now because the rhetoric is dangerous. The behavior is dangerous. You are running around town, literally telling people Brad stalked you and that he threatened you. Those words can harm him. All I kept thinking, I am so sorry. If this is triggering as well, Carolyn Bryant Donham, the woman who got Emmett Till killed.
Yeah.
You are running around saying this black man threatened and stalked you, sent threatening words. You feared for your life. And none of it is even true. And people are telling you it's not true. People are telling you what you're doing is harmful. And you still are doing it. That's racist behavior. Sorry.
Well, a few things. One, people don't understand the definition of racism because when people are like, it's reverse racism, it's impossible.
Yep.
For things to be reverse racism because in order for something to be racist, the party that is exhibiting the behaviors has to be doing it to a group of people that are marginalized. White people inherently are not marginalized. So there's no reverse racism. So I wish people like really understood what the definition of racism is. And the reason why Emmy is in a position of power in this dynamic is because if there was no cameras, if there wasn't other people there, if this was not all documented, if there wasn't text messages, that what Emmy is doing could severely hurt Brad in a million different ways. It could hurt his business. He could get in trouble with the law, potentially. Like, everything is going to generally go in Emmy's favor if none of this was documented. Thankfully, majority of the cast, except for Lake, I guess, I hate even saying that, but majority of the cast is like, what is happening? This isn't true. That's not what happened. We have the text messages. We were there. We heard Emmy screaming through the wall. So thank God for all of that. Thank God that this is all documented and that the most of the cast gets it and that Brad will be protected by that to some extent. But there are going to be people that still believe Emmy, even with all of this information. They're going to believe Emmy over Brad. That's just how the world works right now.
Yeah.
Secondly, Emmy is like, her big thing is like, but I felt these things. Then that's the next question. Why did you feel those things? If you've known Brad and have been such good friends with him, which we've seen, they've been very close, which I think is part of the reason why Brad is so hurt by that. Like, you know me. Why would you feel unsafe around me? I've never, ever done anything to make you feel unsafe.
Yeah.
So what about me makes you feel unsafe? Because you've had other men on this cast yell at you. You've had other men on this cast call you names. You've had other men on this cast do way worse to you. Your own boyfriend has done way worse to you.
Yep.
What about me makes you feel unsafe?
Yep. I am.
So that's like the other question. I
have learned over time, and great points, Callie, by the way. So true. I didn't even think about that. So true. I have learned that because I am so bold with my words at times, I can understand why somebody would be fearful to be like, Emmy is a racist, right? Like, I get it. This is why they're never going to let me host a reunion. This is why they're never going to.
Racist.
She is. And
couldn't even say unconscious bias. She had to go all the way to racist.
I did because I've been, what episode are we on? 8? I have 9. I've really thought about it, and I just explained. So if this gets picked up, that'll be the headline. But I explain how I came to this conclusion over 9 episodes because I wasn't quick to call her that. But I have watched, to your point, even as well. They have told you how harmful and dangerous this is for Brad and men who look like him, and you still don't give 2 shits. Like, it's about your tears. It's about your feelings. Even though they're
being right.
It's about being right. They are nice enough to even consider your feelings. They're still like, we understand, despite knowing you lied. And they're giving you something, but you can't give them shit. And even using Lucia to further your cause plays more into the racism. Like, you're using her as a pawn to further your racist narrative. And I'm fine never hosting a reunion or being asked to be back in BravoCon to be able to speak my truth. Oh, I don't like my truth. To be able to speak the truth on this podcast. But I was going to say is I wish sometimes that Michaels or a Brad would say, or Lake's a lost cause, would say these things, but I understand they're more personal to her and they can't, or I understand I've learned over the years that I can't expect everyone to respond the way that I would, but I know they're thinking it, and that is why I will say I will be the voice for you. I will say it for you.
Yeah, I think the other thing is that we have to recognize is all these people on the cast still have to live their life in Charleston, South Carolina.
Yeah.
And I love Charleston. So let me be clear about that. I live in Charlotte. Like, I love the South. Both Rachel and I come from the South, and majority of our lives were spent in the South. But I think it's, especially for what Brad does, he's an entrepreneur. It's probably not easy for him to come out and call somebody racist on TV.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I'm not mad about the way that he is handling. Actually, I think he's handled it exceptionally well so far.
Because he fucking has to, which sucks.
Yeah, because he has to.
I hate
because
that
he has
too.
To. But again, another layer that Emmy can't even understand.
And I'm sick of having I'm gonna put this out on Threads too. I'm gonna say I've after watching 9 episodes of this season, I have not come to this conclusion lightly. It pains me for them to have to tiptoe around her feelings or watch how they respond. It actually made me really sad when Julia, and we'll give Julia her flowers in a second.
Yeah.
When Julia has to tell Brad about what she learned at the hair salon, and Brad can't even find the words and has to walk away and close the door. Because this man has forgiven her. This man has tried to be nice. He thinks that because he has to, because he can't be the big bad wolf, the big black man, the scary black man. He has to, but she can be all chaotic and unhinged and cry. And it made me very sad to have to watch him navigate it. It made me sad in this episode that he was mad at himself. He said, I let her walk all over me, and he stayed quiet, and he had to just sit there. And she got to walk in feeling relieved, and he had to hold it all within. This is what we're trying to explain to you guys when we're watching this. Like this is how the difference of a black person having to navigate this versus, or a brown person having to navigate this, because I don't want to take away from Michael's heritage, and a white person. And it's sad and it's frustrating as a viewer. And I'm wondering what the fuck Leva's thinking watching this with her black husband.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. But I would like to give Julia, is that her name? Her flowers.
Her
because
flowers.
It takes people like Julia to behave the way Julia did to try to get to someone like Emmy. It did not work, but she tried, and she did not hold back, and she knows that she can yell, scream, cuss at Emmy because she can and be okay. I also loved Michael's being like, ugh, Julia doing this all for free? Looking at Bravo like, she provided some great content for y'all. I'm gonna need her to get on the payroll next season.
Yeah.
Julia was great.
Julia was fantastic. Screaming at her at that emo party and being like, you're a privileged white bitch. I was like, yeah. Julia, no
and
notes.
Emmy's just like,
no, I know. No notes. No notes, Julia.
She's like, I was accosted. Oh my God.
I like Julia. Even watching Julia
I really like
this
Julia.
week being like, I can't go to Punta Cana. I have school. Yes, Julia. Yes, Julia.
I have a life. Okay. And again, I don't work for Bravo.
Yeah. Thank you, Julia. She loves her
she'll
man.
Get a spot next season.
She loves her man down, and we love to see it. Real quick, I don't want to spend a crazy amount of time because we've talked a lot. Rhode Island continues to be a gift. Do you think that there's an app creating fake text messages? Is Brian going to the gym? Do you believe Brian's mother was sick? Do you believe that he went to go visit the mistress? Like where do we stand?
This is what I believe. One, what a moment. Do you think Brian goes to the gym? Does Brian look like he goes to the gym? That line, amazing.
He does though, by the way.
I wish we could put it in the Bravo Clubhouse somehow. I believe, and I've seen this rumor online, and I believe it. I believe that the mistress was threatening to come to the show when they were wherever they were at that restaurant, I guess, before they got on the party bus.
Oh.
I believe the mistress was threatening to come on the show, and that's why they had to leave, because Brian had to go calm this mistress down. And I think Ruella knew. So I think they are actually trying to like work through all of this, but it's still like actively, they're still dealing with it like presently.
So do you think the messages were fake?
No. I think that Brian's probably trying to tell her what she wants to hear. I think Brian's probably like, I want my cake and eat it too. He's going back and forth, but I think he wants his family more than the mistress at the end of the day.
And she's not letting go.
And she's not letting go, and she's trying to make it as hard as possible for him. He's going on this show. She's embarrassed. She's obviously, they were at least to a point where she was posting him, having him around her family, whatever.
Damn.
And so he tried to calm her down, and that's why she didn't go to the hospital with Brian. And then that's why he took his wedding ring off, because also that makes no sense. Your mom is sick.
Oh,
For some reason, you dropped your wife off at home before going to the hospital, and then you gelled your son's hair. What? Your mom's sick and you had time to drop your wife off and gel your son's hair before? I mean, it just made no sense. But it would make sense for him to take the wedding ring off, try to calm the mistress down. Then they came back. The mistress is still pissed and posts the pictures in retaliation.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
That, whoever clocked him not wearing the wedding ring, great detective
Also,
work.
The thing about all of it, though, is like, Joellen, you did your part.
Right.
She doesn't want to know, so you got to let it go. If you want to actually be friends with her, you have to let it go.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter whether he's doing it or not doing it. She doesn't want to know at this point.
And it plays into their side of it of you. At first, it was like, hey, I'm just trying to let you know. Now it's like, oh, the woman's messaging you. You follow her. You just happen to open up your app. Like, why are you following her? Why are you messaging her? Why are you entertaining it? Just be
You're
like,
doing too much.
I warned it. She knows. This is on them. And well, do we love watching it? Of course. Like, we need somebody to be the voice of the mistress in all of this. We need somebody giving us this information. But yeah. To your point, yeah. I do believe that Joellen wants to look out for Ruella, but I equally believe she likes the mess. I think it's both.
Yes.
I think she likes being the one who has the information.
I think it started out as her wanting to help, and then does she like having the information? Yes, but I also think now she wants to prove, like, I wasn't making this up. This is real. This is happening. So it's also about being right more than helping Ruella.
True. And let's be honest, they tried to fuck up her job. So why not?
Yeah.
Why not? She's probably like, Anne?
Well, I also think she genuinely likes Ruella, but she genuinely hates the husband. Because you're going to fuck around with my job and cheat on her? No. Not today, not tomorrow, not yesterday. I'm putting you on blast, sir. Side note, or I guess like an aside, I love Alicia. I love Alicia. She's the perfect housewife. She's everything I want. She posted yesterday saying, I need someone, can everyone write to me and tell me who the best plastic surgeons are in Rhode Island? I'd like to get an upper bluff, and I don't know what she said, something like just recommendations, please, question box. Like, I'm just like, you have to have friends that have had plastic surgery. Like, posting it on your story.
Of course she has.
I know.
Liz.
I know.
But she doesn't want to look like Dolores. Which, I'm going to be honest, Dolores, when they were on the boat, I was like, is that Dolores again? We don't need Dolores. Dolores has a commercial right now. Dolores has a vitamin commercial right now on Bravo. I saw that today as I was watching some shows. I'm like, we don't need Dolores.
Her best.
We don't need Dolores on the show because and it's not because I don't love her. It's because she was wearing a hat and sunglasses, and for 5 minutes I didn't know if it was Dolores or Liz, and I don't like that. That's the selfish reason that I don't want Dolores on the show, because
it's hard to tell them apart.
And we have to recap. And so I could be telling a full story about Liz and it's Dolores. So I just need Dolores to pop in for the big moments and fully announce herself. Similar to the way you're wearing that sweatshirt that says Dallas, I'm going to need her to be wearing sweatshirts that say Dolores so I can be able to tell the difference. I can't do both. I can't do it all the time.
At the very least.
Name tags. That's really it. I mean, it was entertaining, but the big part was the Ruella, Brian, Joellen, which I got to give it to Brian too. The fact that he did try to run away from the camera today, but we didn't even talk.
He also took off his mic.
Also, what was he saying to Joellen's husband? He was kind of admitting to it all. So I'm just I know this is your first season, but like, what were you saying to him? Because you were kind of admitting to everything.
Feelings, but yeah.
It's like he was running away. He's still showing up. He's telling his business. He tried to run away, but then he didn't run away. I do appreciate his presence, like the boldness, because most men would be like, no,
I'm not going to be on the show.
Yeah, I hope this doesn't run him away from season 2. But I do appreciate it. Okay, last but not least, part 2 of the Beverly Hills reunion. We're not going to recap it because we still have one more part, which is something we weren't sure of. We were like, this could really be 2 parts, but we're not sure. Clearly, we're getting a third part. So we can do final thoughts with that and see what we get. I have no idea how they're going to pull all of this into a third part.
Whole 45 more minute episode. But it's going to be all Kyle and Dorit and Erika, the last part.
Yeah, I guess like them ending, the end of an era, the what were they called?
Please.
The
Fox Force 5.
Fox Force 5. Wow. Talk about like the whole thing falling apart. Did you have one big thought or anything about Beverly Hills?
There were some good parts of this part 2 of the reunion, so I'll save most of it. Dorit does not let anyone talk. Dorit does not let anyone finish their sentences. She talks over everyone. She talks over Andy. She is unwilling to take anything. Like she can't listen to something, take it in and respond. Like she has her responses loaded. Even Andy's analogy was perfect for what Sutton said. Like, would you rather me have come and talk shit about it like you did for me? And Andy was like, how would you like it if she came and then said all these things in her interview? And she was like, I'd be pissed. And Andy was like, that's her point. And she's like, it's a bad analogy. It's literally a perfect analogy. I find her insufferable right now. I don't really want to listen to her anymore.
I just keep trying to give her, I completely agree with you. And I'm not going to say much to it. I really have the same thought. It's really hard to watch somebody not have any self-awareness and refuse to listen to anybody. The double standard is hard when you want somebody to respond to you one way, but then you won't give that in conversation, in community, to the other people you're sharing this show with, and even Andy Cohen as we're watching this reunion. And as a person who went through a messy divorce, I see the anger in Dorit, but what I'll say is you can't survive it staying in this place emotionally and without community. And to see her so rigid, and I keep holding on to the line that Erika said, Dorit, you need to soften your edges. It's really hard to watch her be so angry because I just know it's the thing isn't the thing. Your anger isn't just for Sutton. It isn't just for Erika. It isn't just for Kyle. It's everything that you're going through. But she won't admit it, or she just can't see it. And I do hope that there's somebody who's not sitting on the couch that can express this to her and help her through this, because it's a really tough watch. That's all I say. And it's hard to watch. And it's not enjoyable. It's just like, painful. It's really painful. Well, that is it for us here on Morally Corrupt. I hope you guys enjoyed this recap. We will be back on Tuesday. A lot of news to cover, a lot of things going on. We touched on some of it with the summer house of it all. It seems like there's an alliance. Friendships are shifting. People have done complete transformations in their appearances. There are alleged photos that are out that we kind of there's just a lot. There's just a lot of stuff going on in the Bravo world. It's nonstop here. So we'll cover some of that on Tuesday. But until then, you guys have a beautiful weekend. Be safe. Talk to you Tuesday. Bye.